Hello my fellow Shogun 2 players, Zaript here, and this video is quite difficult for me to make. I still don't see where it would be going, but I'm going to touch issue of pulling through in this game again. And it was fixed, well, apparently, and it's not as severe as it was before. When cavalry tries to pull through infantry, it takes severe casualties. But there is still ways to exploit it. And this is the first game, and I'm not going to show you people's names because I want to post this on official forums, and there is no naming and shaming policy. So if you know these guys, please don't tell who they are. But one of them, of course, is me and Prussian Prince. And in this game, it wouldn't be very obvious. And before things start, let me make one more disclaimer. After that test we showed with Prussian Prince, some people were writing me, "Are you sure it's a good idea to show people how to cheat?" I'm not showing you how to cheat, guys. I'm a firm believer that things can only be changed and fixed when they made public. Like first time it was Kek, I believe, who published a video with cavalry exploit for the first time on official forums, and it allowed CA to know about issue and made some adjustments, some fixes. Now here in this series you can already see how it starts, and this time it wouldn't be so let me finish with a disclaimer while looking at this cavalry. You can see how he not staying in a fight, and he isn't disengaging. But now look at the cavalry that would be coming from behind. Look. And the thing is, I believe, yes, my video will make more people know about exploit, but I also believe that normal players, they don't want to play like that, and they don't really... It's not really interesting to them because it gets boring into 1 to 3 games. It might be fun to dominate people using knowledge, but then it gets super boring. I got bored in 1 game, and that would be next game. So here I'm showing you that this guy actually, he was cheating before like that. And he doesn't really think it's a cheat. He thinks, maybe he's trolling me, I don't know. He was like, well, pulling through was fixed, so it's a legit strategy. And you see what he is doing. Like, he still tries to play it more or less smart. He doesn't bring a lot of cavalry, but cavalry he brought, a couple of them katana cavalry, a couple of them naginata warrior monks. And here what he did isn't very obvious. He charged from the back, but there weren't actually clear charge. He was just pulling through at that point. And, well, that guy, probably anyone who watches this, who have any experience in multiplayer, would know this guy, because he does it all the time. Like, that's how he plays. But here on this video, it's not absolutely obvious what he did. It's not obvious that pulling through still works, because he got some casualties, but not obvious, right? But let me stop this and show you next game, because like all I was talking about is this part where he charged his cavalry from the back and pulled through. It's still normal, right? And on any other situation, I wouldn't really think it's a problem. But because of that test we did with Prussian Prince, and because I have seen this guy play before, even on tournaments playing like this, he was disqualified once. I know what he does. So let me stop this recording and show you next game. And here we go. Next game. Second one. Right after that one we met them in the random matchmaking again. And I'm absolutely not proud of this one because I sort of snapped. You know, my rule is, even if I meet a famous dropper on ladder, I never drop myself, because I think doing what like cheaters do wouldn't make me any better. But this time I was kind of in very ironical. It's not like I was angry or something, but I got very in this mood, eye for an eye. So I decided from the very beginning, okay, if he thinks that this isn't cheating, if he truly believed, he wouldn't be angry at me doing the same stuff, right? So, yeah. And what I did, to explain you how this worked for me, from the very beginning, I bought compositions that focused on pulling through. Naginata Warrior, Monk Cavalry, couple of Light Cavalry, and Katana Cavalry. For some reason, Naginata Monk Cavalry and Katana Cavalry do really well. Maybe because of their armor. When pulling through, I believe melee defense is ignored. And look, this is my orders. Like, I don't care. Well, I actually deserve to be banned for this, but I think a lot of people would understand what I felt against these people who were trolling me by telling it was fixed, there is no such thing anymore. So what I'm doing, well, spamming orders, spamming, and suddenly look, before I got one order, nothing were happening. And here suddenly, when Prussian Prince Cavalry comes, and obviously it's not such a severe thing because, well, I don't know, it would have been much more even fight if I didn't do what I do, and Prussian Prince, as you can see, does the same stuff because, well, he got influenced by awful Zaript here. Yeah, sort of. And as you can see, it works. All my cavalry are more or less alive, and you know, results are not really convincing. It's and let me explain more, like why I think that pulling through is still a problem. As you can see, it's not a big problem. It only works when player creates either number superiority or kind of do it on a right angle. But why I think it's still problem is that it brings you consistent results while not requiring much of a skill. Like, all I did is blobbed up my cavalry and started spamming orders. And in situation where forces were even, it get me a win. Like, I was charging uphill against him. He got clean downhill charge over me. And honestly, no, I don't know if, like, it's not convincing here. I still lost a lot, and we clearly had cavalry superiority with Prussian Prince, and my spears were coming to help. So it's not that severe, but in very close fight, unfortunately pulling through gives you an edge. That's what I'm trying to say, yeah. And man, I feel awful showing this, and I feel awful. I felt awful doing this because that goes just it not suited to my principles and my beliefs. So here's the thing I'm trying to say, and I think the issue still exists. In very close fights, if you leave two units together, one will win. But just by pulling through, you can increase your chances of winning, or you can win fight you were losing, or more importantly, you can by pulling through you can win faster and lose less men. That's what I'm trying to say. So it clearly doesn't work as it intended, and I still don't understand why units that is pulling through still continue killing. Like, I don't understand it. It should be pulling through, okay, it's nice, but why they continue killing? I don't understand. Man, I don't know. I mean, really, some people in Creative Assembly should do their own tests, because it's not very clear. Because now it's at the point when if you start pulling through stupidly, just right from the beginning, you would most probably lose. So it's not dominating strategy. But as you can see, it's still annoying, and just because it doesn't require much skill to pull, it shouldn't be in the game. Okay, guys, I guess I should apologize for showing you this, but well, I hope you forgive me, and see you guys later.